Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'd just like to give you a wee look at this knife here. This is the Tops B.O.B Brothers of Bushcraft knife, and I've just done some mods to it. So first of all, I've got here is a fire steel, a Primus fire steel, and all I've done is added on a piece of shock cord, and I've used some plastic dip so it highlights the handle and it fits perfect in here, and the shock cord's just for an extra bit of security, and that comes over the top just like that and holds it in place. The orange tape at the top here is just to let me know that the spine should be orientated in the direction of the orange tape. Another thing I've done then is put a dangler on it with a D-ring and secured it in place with a cable tie. So that's made a big difference, because I found when it was attached to your side like so, the top of this as you sat down could stick into your ribs, especially when you were wearing a jacket that was bulky. So this has allowed it to drop a bit lower down on the side of the leg, and it can be manoeuvred obviously with the D. It's a wee bit noisy, but I think it's worth it. I've added in a piece of orange cord, and that's just a pinky lanyard for twisting round, so when I take it out it allows me to chop more efficient with the knife itself, and that's what that's for. And on the top here I flattened that off and increased the size of the shango notch, and I've actually found this shango notch to be totally useless, so I ground it out with the Dremel tool, and it is slightly better but not much. I'll just show you. So it is working a lot better than it was. I think it could be better, but I'm quite happy with the results so far. So the knife itself then, starting at the tip, I removed the paint from along here on the top of the spine, and then the jimping, I reduced the height of it and rounded it off, so it still gets a slight bite into the thumb, but it's much more comfortable for carving. At the front now, because I've removed the paint, I can use the tip. I've sanded off the black coating, sanded it right down so it's much more smoother now and doesn't bind up so much in the wood. I put a convex edge on it and it's shaving sharp. And what I've done here, these thumb scallop grooves, I've increased the size of them so it fits my thumb pad now. Much better on both sides, you can see. So opened them up using the Dremel tool, and it was the barrel sander I used for that. And if you look at the handle now, I've brought in here a couple of grooves, and it just makes it much more comfortable for gripping when I'm in the mid grip, like so. My fingers fit perfect in these grooves now, just for push cutting, much more comfortable, and it also allows my hand to wrap completely around it now with my thumb in place for lever cuts. And I rounded off the tops of the handle next to the spine, and also this finger guard here, it was pointy, and I just removed that using the bench grinder, so it's nice and flat. So now I can actually get my finger on here, close up, and my hand on top, so I can carve a lot better now, and it's no sticking into my finger anymore. So that's been a big improvement. And rounded it off here, and at the rear take maybe about a mil off here and rounded off the edges, as I found it was sticking into my hand when carving or doing push cuts and lever cuts. So you can see up here I've got a slight groove, and the fire steel sits in here and uses it as a guide now. So I've done that also. and it's made a big improvement to this knife. It was a really good knife to start with, but it's much more efficient now, just with the simple mods I've done to it. So I'm really happy with the result, and hoping I'll get out tomorrow and give this a try in the field. Let's see how we go on with this one. Right, catch you in my next video. Cheers.